Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're here to share some truly heartbreaking news that has saddened many around the world. We are talking about the passing of Tatiana Schlossberg, a remarkable woman from a family that has shaped American history. She passed away at the young age of 35, a loss that is felt deeply, not just by her loved ones, but by all who knew of her work and her spirit. For those who might not be familiar with her family's background, Tatiana Schlossberg was the granddaughter of the 35th President of the United States, John F. Kennedy, JFK. As he was famously known, is a towering figure in American history, celebrated for his charismatic leadership and his vision for a new frontier. His presidency, though tragically cut short, left a permanent mark on the nation and the world. Tatiana's connection to this legacy is through her mother, Caroline Kennedy, who's the only surviving child of President Kennedy and First Lady Jacqueline Kennedy. Caroline Kennedy has carved out her own distinguished path as a lawyer, a best-selling author, and a diplomat, having served as the United States ambassador to Japan and currently as the ambassador to Australia. She carries her family's commitment to public service with grace and dedication. Tatiana's father is Edwin Schlossberg, an acclaimed artist, designer, and author, known for his innovative and interactive museum exhibits. He brought a world of creativity and intellectual curiosity to the family. Growing up in such an environment, surrounded by history, public service, and art, Tatiana was destined to make her own unique contribution to the world. And she certainly did. Tatiana Schlossberg was much more than just a member of a famous family. She was a brilliant and accomplished individual in her own right. She established herself as a respected journalist and author, making a name for herself with her insightful and powerful writing. She worked for some of the most prestigious news organizations, including the New York Times, where she covered science and the environment. Her passion, however, was particularly focused on climate change. This wasn't just a topic for her. It was a cause she was deeply committed to. She had a unique ability to take complex scientific issues and make them understandable and relatable to a broad audience. Her reporting was known for its meticulous research, its clarity, and its honesty. She believed that informing the public was the first step toward meaningful action. In 2019, she published a critically acclaimed book titled Inconspicuous: Consumption, the environmental impact you know you have. In this book, she didn't just point fingers or preach from a high horse. Instead, she explored the hidden environmental costs of our everyday lives, from the technology we use to the food we eat and the clothes we wear. She urged readers to become more conscious consumers and to understand that small, individual choices can collectively have a massive impact. Her work was celebrated for being accessible, non-judgmental, and empowering. It wasn't about making people feel guilty. It was about giving them the knowledge to make better choices. Colleagues and editors remember her as being incredibly intelligent, diligent, and full of integrity. She was a journalist who cared deeply about the truth and about the future of our planet. Her voice was becoming increasingly influential in the climate conversation, and her work inspired many to look at their own lives through an environmental lens. The reason for her untimely passing is what makes this story even more tragic. Tatiana Schlossberg had been engaged in a private but courageous battle with leukemia, a severe cancer of the blood and bone marrow. For many, this diagnosis would be overwhelming, a private struggle to be endured behind closed doors. But Tatiana, in her characteristic style of honesty and a desire to connect with others, chose to share her experience. She wrote a profoundly moving and deeply personal essay about her fight with the disease. In her writing, she didn't shy away from the fear, the pain, and the uncertainty that comes with a cancer diagnosis. She described the grueling treatments, the emotional toll on herself and her family, and the moments of hope and despair. But through it all, what shone through was her incredible strength, her resilience, and her unwavering courage. She wrote with a vulnerability that was both raw and inspiring, allowing others who were going through similar struggles to feel seen and understood. Her essay was a testament to her character, someone who, even in her darkest hours, sought to find meaning and to help others. Despite her valiant fight and the best medical care available, she passed away in December of 2025. Her passing is a devastating loss, leaving behind her husband, George Murray, and their two young children, who now have to navigate a world without their loving mother. It is a stark reminder of how fragile life can be and how this terrible disease can affect anyone, regardless of their background or station in life. The loss of Tatiana Schlossberg is a profound one that extends far beyond her immediate family. For the Kennedy family, this is yet another tragedy in a history marked by immense public service and deep personal sorrow. They have endured losses that have played out on the world stage, and this is another heartbreaking chapter in their story. Our hearts go out to her mother, Carolyn, her father, Edwin, her husband, and her entire family as they mourn this unimaginable loss. But the loss is also felt by the world of journalism. Tatiana was a rising star, a voice of reason and conscience in an increasingly complex world. She was using her platform to shed light on one of the most critical issues of our time: climate change. Her unique perspective, her talent for storytelling, and her dedication to the truth are now lost to us. We can only imagine the further contributions she would have made, the stories she would have told, and the change she would have inspired. She leaves behind a legacy of courage, not only in her fight against her illness, but in her professional life as well. She dared to tackle difficult subjects and encouraged us all to be more thoughtful, more aware, and more responsible citizens of this planet. She will be remembered for her intelligence, her integrity, and the quiet but powerful impact she made during her short but meaningful life. Her work will continue to inspire and educate, and her memory will serve as a reminder of the power of a single, dedicated voice. May she rest in peace. Thank you for joining us today to honor the life and memory of Tatiana. It's important to remember and celebrate those who try to make the world a better place. If you found this tribute meaningful, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more stories like this. Take care.